What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Assemblage 23. And we're returning to the Failure album 2001. Hello, Luca. Please don't knock everything down. And the next track is Disappoint. And if I'm recalling correctly, Kim said not only is this album made in the context of Tom's father's passing, but that this track in particular is relevant to that event in his life. So Disappoint is a single word title, hard to get a read on those, but ultimately maybe with that context and in the light of the literal semantic meaning of the word, which is to say it's a transitive verb to let someone or something down, to perform or behave in a way that is seen as less desirable or failing someone. Indeed, I feel like there's likely to be lines here that might be more specific to the context in question, but also apply to failure more broadly. So let's see what I can catch on a first listen. This is Assemblage 23. The track is Disappoint, and it's from his 2001 album, Failure.
Do you believe in the nobility of suicide?
No.
Drove you to this, that brought you to this place, that pushed you down into the soil's embrace. Give me the chance, I was denied. Sit and talk with you for one last time. Did I disappoint you?
Well, that's a heavy one. I think even without the bit of context, I might have figured out what's going on here just because I did hear the words, I think, entirely clearly. But it's so painful on so many levels. So, again, in the moment, I'm actually not remembering, but it sounds like his dad passed away from suicide, maybe by drowning. Obviously, that line about the son, the narrator, Tom, watching him drown from the shore might be metaphorical, but it sounds very literal and visual. But the idea that he didn't know the pain his father was carrying and had no idea the weight that was deep inside him, and not being prepared for what has happened, and wondering, was it him who disappointed his father? Did he let him down? Is he part of what drove him to this act? He wants to know, he wants to understand what was going on, what brought him to that point where he felt there was no way out, which is all very painful already. But then the idea that, what did he say, that he'd like one more chance to talk to him, he'd like one more chance to understand this tragic context, this tragic set of circumstance. It's just brutal. And the idea that he is aware his father's pain has finally, thankfully, mercifully come to an end, but his, because of this, has actually just begun, and it's something he's going to wrestle with and try to reconcile and try to process. And he knows that's not going to be easy, it's going to be painful, and he's going to have these doubts that, was it me? Did I let you down? Was, I guilty of just sitting there on the shore and watching you drown? Whether that's more literal or figurative. And, can you forgive me? Asking forgiveness from someone who is as important to you as your father would be, but asking it of a person who can't give it, who can't give you that release, that forgiveness, and ultimately the inability to receive that, what's the right word, a release, I guess, is just compounding the tragedy of the narrator. Now, it's really interesting because this is the kind of song lyrically that I think for a lot of other artists would be in a heavy, slow, ambient type of tune, something like 9 Inch Nails' Hurt. But here we have it in this grooving, dark, but still, trance-like dance floor tune. I love the liquidy, acidic bass, which is very heavy and dark, and again, it has this electric, acidic sound to it. I enjoy the different keyboard lines. There's one that's almost like true piano, but there's others that are more synth melody, trance type melody keyboard runs. There's definitely some, heavy kick drums, which for a lot of the track isn't that 4/4 beat structure, but in the early phase it has this, syncopated, cyclical, waiting to release type of feel, and maybe that's his hurt, his sense of failure, which then becomes more significant as the realization of what's happened and his understanding that his pain has just begun. Maybe there's some conceptualization there, but yeah, it's a bit of a juxtaposition, a bit of a contrast in terms of the sonics. Even if it is a dark tune, it's still energetic and it makes you want to dance, but the lyrics are so heavy and, let's say, self-vulnerable. I mean, it's incredible to write a song about this anyway, and then to put it to sonics like this, it's this really interesting dichotomy. So yeah, a marvelous tune, a painful tune, a tragic tune, and a very commendable tune for, again, someone to create a piece of art based on such personal pain. So yeah, an incredible song. Once again, shout out to Kim for sharing the Assemblage 23 material. R.I.P. to Tom's father. Shout out to Mr. Shear for his work in general, and maybe this tune in particular. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.